Question happy number. It's an easy legal question. Write an algorithm to determine if n is a happy number. Basically, if it's a happy number, that means that look at it. This example is that the number is 19, right? You want to give a power of 2 of every single digit, 1's square and 9 square and a plus together equals to 82. And for 82, you want to continue to do power of 2 of every single digit. So a and then 2 and a plus together is 68, and you do 68 and add up to 100, and you're going to continue to go through this loop and the circle until the last number, that 111 adds up to 1. If the number can be add up to 1, it's a happy number, return true. And if it's not a happy number, you return a false. Why 2 is not a happy number is because you do 2 square 2 and then 4, and then you continue to do 4, and you're just not going to be able to get to 1 in this case, so that's why it's false. And if you look at this last 6 months, Google asked this question 22 times, and you can see if we look at this 2, and 2 square will be 4, right? 4 will be 16, and 16 is 1 plus 6 square and 36 and 36 and 37. That's 37. And basically you go on, you continue to add, you will not be able to add them into 1 in the end if you continue to do it. So how do we write an algorithm to determine if a number is a happy number? So what we wanted to do is we want to write a function to calculate this, to calculate the next number first, right? So we want to calculate the n for every single n. We want to calculate it. That's the first function that you need to write. And in Python, if you do every single digit and you put them together, there's a diff mode function that where you can get the let's say 19. If you do diff mode function, you will get the first one as 1 and then the second number as 9. In this case, you can just do the square of each one and plus them together, and then you can continue to calculate every single number. That's basically the get number function. And then after you have the get number function, what you wanted to do is actually say, well, the n does not equal to 1 yet, and n is not in the, I want to use a hash set so that I make sure that I won't repeat the same number and to store all these numbers. And I want to, so that you won't go into cycles, basically repeating the same number if you use a hash set. And then you can move on to the next number. If the number that 82 is not in the hash set, you're just going to add this number to the hash set, and you continue to calculate the next number and then put it to the hash set. And if in the end n equals to 1, then you can return the result as true. That's basically how you can solve this problem, and I'm going to show you how to do this in code. And basically, I'm going to write a get n function first, and I'm going to pass into the n as the get n function. I will calculate every single number and adds the sum together. Basically, I'm going to set n sum at the beginning, at 0 at the beginning. So if while n is bigger than 0, right, I'm going to continue to calculate this number. So I'm going to assign n and the digit. I'm use n to store the 1 and the digit to store the 9. So basically, I'm going to run the diff mode on the n and divide it by division with 10. So basically, that's n equals to 1, digit equals to 9 in this case. And since I do diff mode on 19, and then that's the result that I will be getting. And then the next step is I'm going to add up the end sum. So end sum is basically you add up the digit and the power of digit. So the first time you add the digit is 81, right? And then because n is still bigger than 0, so you're gonna do the diff mode on the second one, basically, which is the n again. And when you do the diff mode on 1 to 10, and the n will equal to 0 and digit is equal to 1. And when you go through the second loop, the while loop, and then 1 you can multiplex the power of 2 is 1, right? So you previous loop that you calculated the end sum is 81 and plus 1, so then you get 82. That's how you calculate this number 82 here. I hope it makes sense. And then in the end, the function just gonna return end sum, and that's the function. I'm gonna call this function later on. So I'm gonna use our scene as our hash set to store all these numbers. So basically, while n does not equal to 1, it's not a happy number yet. Well, it's not a happy number yet, and n not in scene. And I have not seen this number 8268 in the hash set yet. Then I'm going to scene.add. I'm going to add up this number, and I'm just going to add this number to the hash set. So essentially, I'm going to add 82, 68, 100, and every single one to the hash set. And after I add it to the hash set, so I avoided going to the loop again, and I'm going to continue to calculate the n, and I'm going to n equals to the get n function on n. I'm going to continue to call this function to calculate the 82, and I'm going to continue to pass the 82 to this number to calculate to 68. And in the end, what I need to do is just return a check to see if n equals 1. If n equals to 1 in the end, then it will return true, right? And if I calculated all these n, it cannot reach the number as 1, then I will have to return false in this case. So then I'm gonna say, so essentially I just need to return if n equals to 1, something like this, and that should be it. And we can see, let's run this. Okay, if you think this is helpful, please like my video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon with more Leetcode question. Bye bye.